we decided to do a two-part video. And I had quite a bit of people asking me, hey man, we need to see more how you did that shaker. Well, another fellow brother of mine on Trans Am Nation asked me, hey, can we get more engine shots? Instead of that, how about we just make a little video? So my brother actually owns a 79 shaker Trans Am. P-tops the whole nine. It's a good looking car, or it will be when he gets it done. And I went over and traced this pattern right here. Now I did have to cut some of the hood bracing. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Right there, and clear back here. And this back rim of the whole daggone hood, this is flush. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's flush, because if not, you will have angle problems with this sucker right here. I trimmed up my scoop a little bit, but you know what, I'm going to see it. So if people don't like it, they don't have to look. It's fine. My brackets are rather simple. What better way for me? I mean, I'm not an engineer, so I mean, I'm just a hillbilly mechanic who likes to work on cars. So what I did, these right here, these rivets that originally go through the hood, all I did, I re-drilled those and I connected it right here to this metal flange. Now this one broke because I didn't connect it here. That was my fault. Then I used all thread and I connected it right here, right off the coil. I just made a little cheap bracket right here. Like I say, it's not great, but it definitely works. For this side, I wanted to tie it down. I wanted a couple points of contact if I could. So right here, same thing. I drilled that out, as you can see. Nut and bolt, ran it right down here. And this is custom bent by hand. As you can see, it might rub just a scotch. That's okay. Now that was for the original air box. I could actually have this flat now because of this SLP lid. And then where my EGR was, and if you guys still run an EGR, that's fine, but I just took and bolted it right through, and it's even got a thread hole right there. Double nutted it right here, so it locks. Double nutted right here on the bottom so it stays in position. Or you can even throw a tack weld on that back one if you really want. And all thread there. And the reason why I used all thread was simply adjustable. I really wasn't sure how to raise and lower it, and like I say, I'm not an engineer, but I know if you have adjustments, you're normally good. So I just set it down right there on the engine where it is, and I closed the hood slowly, and I waited until something hit. Now this one still rubs maybe somewhere in here, or maybe it caught the back, but it's not rubbing to where it's going to rub any of the paint off or any of that jazz, just right there a little bit, which, you know what, I'm gonna call that a win. It's not a show car, it's a fun car. So I did trim the whole back of this scoop. And then I just put some Trans Am stickers there because, you know, black pieces of metal they kind of look weird. Now it is a pain in the hind end. Whenever you go to fill your oil, she's under here. To check your oil's right there, which you could, I mean, you could wing that off like this and do some sort of pattern. I was actually going to cut the bird like this some sort of way. I just haven't gotten around to it because I still have way too many projects. But nonetheless, this sucker shakes. I mean, it's attached to the motor itself, and it gets a butt ton of looks. I'm not even gonna lie. And like I say, it's not a perfect car. FYI, this nose, the bird's just slightly off. I did cut this first before putting the bird on. You can do however you like on that. This bird is actually a 1977 decal. It was definitely not made for this hood, which ironically, it come out really good. Thanks to my beautiful girl Kristen, she helped me on it. Sorry for getting upset, honey. But I mean, it come out great, like no bubbles. And maybe one or two. But I mean, nothing horrible, nothing that's where it's like, man, I shouldn't have put that sucker on. But as you can see by the placement, it just wasn't made for this type of hood with any kind of contour to it at all. Not saying that it couldn't have been placed better, but if you're going to do it, I'll probably build another one of these because I really enjoy this car. I would probably place the bird first. Your main important thing is your back area right here at the back of the hood. That right there, you want to make sure that you have room for this shaker. You want to make sure that you have shaker room. So my suggestion would be to get you a pattern, cut it out, set your bird, like set your bird on your hood. This is what I did. I taped actually my bird to my hood, just taped it, and then I laid out my scoop. I cut the scoop first because if I messed it up, you know, there was no reason in getting a daggone scoop for. And my good buddy Jeremy, he's the one that painted this car. That's JL Automotive if you need anybody to paint your car. He's a heck of a guy, gave me a great deal. Only charged me 3 times as much as family. No, I'm just kidding, he's a great guy, does great work. He's a local fella, but that's his truck that he built. It's like a 47 International small block Chevy. It's a beautiful truck. Anyway, but guys, I hope that helps answer any of your questions about that. I actually cut it out with a what the heck did I use, a 4-inch wheel with an air grinder, and it was a mother. I am not gonna lie. And wear ear protection because I think I'm still deaf from using no hearing protection. Go figure. But like I say, I'm very impressed with it. I love it, and I can adjust mine. There was another guy that made a video similar on Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube, that he actually, his is neat. His actually has a flap that actually works, which they did make those in the early 70s, I think until 73 or 74. And he modified his airbox with it. It is super neat. But he must be a lot better than what I am about this stuff. I just wanted the whole look, the whole nostalgia look. This is just my tribute car to the Bandit, because I've always wanted a Bandit, but I always want a little bit more punch, you know. And how many convertible Bandits do you see anymore? You know, I wanted to be a one-off. I wanted it to be different, and this car I absolutely love. It's definitely, for right now, my showpiece. I do plan on keeping it, but you know, this car, guys, we have, oh, I'm gonna keep it forever, and then next thing you know, it's down the road. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and she's just got better. So hit the old subscribe button wherever, there, somewhere. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and y'all have a good weekend.